What up? What up? Just want to make a quick video. This is my prediction on the Jermell Charlo fight versus versus Harrison. That Harrison versus Charlo. Obviously we know that Charlo lost last fight. You know, via 12 rounds unanimous decision. Um, I don't exactly remember the fight really too much, but I know it was a close back and forth fight. Charlo was the aggressor, and Harrison was more, I guess, boxing the whole fight. Um, with this fight coming up, Charlo, I'm picking Charlo to win. I don't think Harrison is going to back up what he's saying. I don't think Harrison means anything. Like, I don't think he really believes in what he's saying, like he's going to do in the fight. Um, Harrison is going to try to box the whole fight. He's not going to try to impose himself. Um, in terms of being aggressive. He's gonna play it safe. I don't think he's gonna try to do too much, but I do think he will try to box and use the jab a lot like he did the first fight. I don't think he's going to change his game plan really much different or be try to fight different from the first fight. If he is smart and he establishes a jab and not only establishes a jab, but see that he has a rhythm going during the fight, the second fight, he should try to be more aggressive and try to, punch um, with more authority, like he's trying to make a statement. Because you see in the first fight, he was countering. Actually, he was countering Charlo a lot the first fight, but he never wanted. He never took command of trying to actually dominate the fight, which made the first fight controversial. But that's what Harrison is probably gonna do this fight. His game plan is not gonna really change, and I don't think he's gonna really try to um, press forward and be, like if he, like for example, if there's a stoppage, not even stoppage, but if it's their opportunity to hurt Charlo, I don't think he's going to take the opportunity. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't think he's gonna try to take the opportunity to, do more than what he did last fight. You know, but the difference between him and Charlo, I feel like Charlo is willing to do more, and I think it's more room for change for Charlo, and I think Charlo is willing to do more this fight than Harrison. You know what I'm saying? First and foremost, I think Charlo needs to establish a jab, and really throw a lot more jabs. Try to break down Harrison. Um, especially Jermell Charlo. The I guess you could say the younger twin or the younger twin or the smaller twin. He tends to not use jab a lot. Both of the Charlo twins tend to not jab that much, in my opinion. But I feel like the older brother or the bigger brother that's at 60, Jermell, I think he jabs more than his the one at 154, Jermell. And but they tend to like to throw a lot of hooks or other than the jab. They don't like throwing jabs like that, and I feel like they tend to be sometimes they tend to be not first, but sometimes they like to be second, just to get just to be. They more so like to be a reactionary fighter sometimes. Like they trying to sometimes they over. Sometimes they want to counter a little bit too much, and a lot of fighters do that. They like to counter too much, and sometimes you got to be first. Sometimes you can't wait on a counter. You just got to be first. And sometimes being first is establishing that jab. Sometimes being first is is jabbing, just jab. You know what I'm saying? Jab is is the best punch in the game, and that's what he lacked the first fight was a jab. And I feel like if he jabs this fight more, and don't worry about the knockout, will be good for him. You know, a lot of fighters, and that's another thing. A lot of fighters, especially both of the Charlos, they like to knock out, go for the knockout. And I feel like a lot of fighters like that, they tend to forget about the little things in the fight, the little things that matter to build up to get a knockout. And if you overzealous to get a knockout, one sometimes you a lot of times one you end up not getting a knockout, and two you end up um not fighting to the best abilities and to your best abilities, and then you end up losing a lot of times. So if he doesn't worry about getting a knockout, obviously he wants a knockout and at the back of his head. Sometimes, too many of the times, it's in front of his head. But if he doesn't worry about getting a knockout and just fight, relax, just use your jab, establish a jab, establish a rhythm, the knockout will come. Because the first fight, he never really established his rhythm. He never really established his rhythm during the fight. And that's what caused the fight to be controversial. But I feel like Charlo, at his best, is better than Harrison. At his best, he's better than Harrison by far, in my opinion. Maybe, but not far. But he's a better fighter than Harrison. You know what I'm saying? At his best. So if he learns, if he, establishes a jab, be patient, everything will come to him. You know what I'm saying? Everything will come to him. Um, I got Charlo winning by stoppage. Because I feel like Charlo believes in himself more than Harrison believes in himself. I think Harrison is trying to illustrate something or trying to make up something that's really not him. I don't believe in Harrison like that. I believe I believe always in his talk, and he's really not in the game like that. Really like that. He's just gonna go there and try to win a 12-round unanimous decision. He's gonna try to box and box and box, and I don't think a focused Charlo coming this time around is he's gonna be able to do that. Um, and another thing I know, another thing I do know is that Harrison knows that he's in there with a big puncher. Even in the first fight, he wasn't taking any chances. You know, he was boxing, he was countering, but he knows that he's in there with a superior, um, definitely a superior puncher, and he knows um, that he has to be careful with Charlo. You know what I'm saying? He knows that. You know what I'm saying? Like you can see, you can tell the way he was fighting the first fight. You can see it in just in the press conferences, the way they was talking. He never, if you notice, Harrison still has, he has never said he's gonna try to knock him out or he's gonna knock him out. He has never said that any. He haven't said any of those kind of things. You know, Charlo has said he's gonna knock him out, but Harrison has not responded with that same kind of energy or response. So somewhere in the middle between those two fighters, they know what they bring to the table. They know what the other one brings to the table. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like 12-round fight coming up tomorrow, and I've got Charlo by stoppage. If Charlo could establish his jab, be patient, he will get the stoppage. You know what I'm saying? He will get the stoppage. You know, Charlo is a lot better um, puncher, of course. Better athlete. You know, he moves his feet a lot better than Harrison. Um, so we'll see. You know, Harrison, his game plan. If I'm him, I'm just gonna box too. I'm gonna box